Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
We did another little batch of Bleach episodes. And, wow.
Yep.
This made me feel awesome, scared, grossed out.
Right. It's got it all.
It's got it all. Fun.
The full range.
Oh, man, it's got it all.
Mm-hmm.
We watched the first disc of part 2, I guess is what it's considered.
The second Blu-ray set.
Yeah. Second Blu-ray set, disc 1 on it, which I believe is episodes 14 through 21.
Mm-hmm.
So
This was not in one sitting, mind you.
well, yeah, we did it in probably 2 settings actually.
Right.
But I think what we're going to try and do is we have the 2 Blu-ray sets. We're going to try and do little 4 parts out of it.
Right. Didn't think it was going to work out that
Yeah,
way, but
yeah.
it just kind of has.
It has, and you know what? I'm okay with it.
It works.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It's a good conclusion point. It's a good separation of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it could also help us in the future whenever we want to potentially do other shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because one that we have, a show we haven't done that I want to, because I haven't watched the whole show during Logon.
Mm-hmm. Ethan has to be present for that one.
I don't know if he can.
We'll get him over here,
But he's
someday.
gotta. I just think it'd be really cool to do a deep dive on Gurren Lagann because there's a lot to unpack for that show.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope your weeks have gone well. Mine has been a bit hectic. Our cat has been feeling kind of sick.
Yeah.
He's got, I think, kind of an ear infection sort of thing, which looks like it's getting a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kind of been acting a bit weird, and it's making me kind of nervous. And
Yeah.
like he's been a little more distant because he's not feeling well. So he's an outside cat.
Right.
So, anyways, I've been a little sad by that. Got a lot of changes and moving and shaking at work.
Yeah.
So for me, I've been trying to put out the fires where I can, but you know how that all works out. So it's been, it's been one of those weeks that's just been filled with emotions, good and bad.
Yeah.
But as per usual, we get to sit down, watch something cool, say a couple hell yeahs,
Right.
and we get to talk about it. And I do really enjoy all of you listening out there. I've been seeing that a couple people have been subscribing to the YouTube channel. Keep doing that. Share us with a friend if you have anybody out there. If you're brave enough, if there's anybody, you trust me. You got a group of a group of guys out there. You can probably send this to and go like, "Hey, check this out."
Right. You might get a chuckle here.
You might get a chuckle here and there. Anyways, I just want to say thank you right here at the top before we get into this batch of episodes. Like I said, it gets I like Dylan said earlier, I felt all the emotions.
Right. How many hell yeahs would you say you got out of this?
2 minute to count.
Yeah. Innumerable
yeah.
hell yeahs.
Enough. I can think of one person in particular that I felt that way about, that I was like, I'm digging this. But that's jumping a bit ahead, I think, to one of the other episodes. We start off with this one where our main man Ichigo is doing some training in the
quote unquote
the forever path,
borderline torture.
Yeah, for real.
Right.
And that's to like get him prepared to fight Yuha.
It's more so just to gauge whether or not he is he's got that potential within him.
He got that dog in him
for something I won't say just yet.
Okay.
But yeah, it's all for the greater Ichigo.
Okay.
Just to beef him up a good bit.
You got to break him down before you build him up.
Right. so he can fight Yuha big guy.
Yuha big guy. Yuha big bitch.
Right.
Oh, man.
Hate that fucker.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, so we got that. And then, of course, we also got all the Quincy's gathering up together.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for me, what was kind of a twist was our what I thought was a supposed friend, Uryu is named the successor to the big guy.
Mr. Ishiga has taking up ranks with the fucking 60th Reich.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah. So we're meant to believe he's thrown his lot in with them.
Yeah.
Based solely on the fact that he's a Quincy.
Right.
And that's all the elaboration we'll get for now.
I still kind of hope that he's like an undercover agent, and he's just like playing the part.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't. There's nothing that has. There again, as a person who has only watched so far what we've watched, and I haven't finished this.
He's given no indication one way or the other.
Correct. He has been, if nothing else, he's been pretty blank.
Right.
Stone face. He's been pretty cold. So I'm not really gauging any kind of like, you know. Right. And there's also no discussion right now in these episodes of him being he's being a defector or him being a secret agent. You know, taking him down from the inside.
Right. Playing the long con.
Yeah. Right. Which I think would be kind of sick. But there's also there's no.
You'll find out.
Yeah, we will see. This 2 and more next week.
Right.
Yeah, right. So yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on there with those. So these
I forgot whenever they initially retreated from the Serete and went to their fucking shadow realm. As soon as it cuts to like Yuhabaha's castle, I said, "Meanwhile, at the Fortress of Evil," because the music paired with that shot was
so
prime, like Super Friends type shit.
It was so good.
It was perfect.
The sky turns red and everything is cast in blue, and then of course there's a big castle.
It's just enough time.
Just enough.
It's perfect.
It was a good shot from far back, and you see it. Meanwhile, at the Fortress of Evil,
Right.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Good stuff.
So these are the episodes that it has been probably the better part of a few days since I've watched them.
Right. Yeah.
So I have some of the notes kind of pulled up for what the episodes, because I kind of forgot already. It's been a busy week.
Right.
As to what's been going on, but obviously, there's again, it's like a secondary invasion going on. That's what's happening, and so
the second swallow.
Yeah. So whenever have they really like relocated the, what is it called? Serete? Have they like relocated it somewhere else?
It's basically just like,
or is it a dome over it?
Right. It's like, think of that realm that Yuhabaha was in, just hiding out as being under the Serete.
Oh,
just
I
like
see.
in this mirror dimension.
I see.
Yeah.
The upside down. Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just been cahooting and cavorting with his boys there for the better part of like a day. a few days.
Right.
After their initial invasion and subsequent slaughter of a shit ton of Soul Reapers. Now, there's also like the claim that from Yuhabaha, I think towards the end of the episode, where he says that he will retake the world in the next 9 days, as per the Quincy song. Right.
There's like a last verse of the whole like 900 years. 90 years, 9 years.
Yeah, we've heard the first three for the the entire first half of the series so far. And then he's like, but there is a secret fourth thing.
Secret fourth verse.
Did not know about. And so yeah, motherfucker is counting down the days until he straight up erases the world and decides to remake it anew.
Because he can, I guess.
He's gonna fucking try.
He's going
But yeah, we're given a little hint as to the time constraint that he and the Quincy's are able to remain out of this shadow realm.
Right.
So we can only assume it was just a brief respite before the slaughter continues.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that he just decides to do a little flippy dip and just everybody appears right on top of them again.
Right.
Catching everyone completely off guard.
Because they're trying to recoup some of their losses from the last time.
People are still bleeding to death.
100%.
Quincy pops into the hospital. Is like, oh
shit.
Sorry, dude. Gotta kill you.
Kill you again.
Yep.
And so in this begins the
absolute cavalcade of glass fights.
I mean, if part one was the act one of this.
Right, the briefest bit of establishment possible.
Right, the establishment of the story and the characters and all
this
that kind
final
of
arc of the series.
yeah, right. Well, I mean, like, what I'm talking about is like the first act of this conclusion. Right. Again, we get the kind of where have they been, where they are now, that kind of like the recap, if you will, catching us up a little bit. The cameos, the fun bits, and of course in the hero's journey, the push to get us to move and do things. If that was what that is, this is where we start tiptoeing on like the real good beginning parts of an act 2. The real, like, we're doing the action part. We're moving now.
Oh yeah.
And they start cooking hard. Fast.
Throwing out some real humdingers.
Oh man, this is where the fights get real good. This is where we start seeing some revenge come back in play, where we get to see some comeuppance. Right. Some maybe there is a hope for the Soul Society, just a little bit. Right. And I think it's really cool.
Oh yeah.
The first, I can't remember their names specifically of all the other captains. But they start to get the ability they start to learn about how to get their Bankai back. And that's where it starts to get really crazy because what's the guy with the weird face? The weird like painted face guy?
That's Mayuri.
Mayuri. Oh man.
His countermeasure to this specific set of abilities that Quincy's just have innately was a conclusion he made based on like the connection they have with the shadows. Yeah. So he was like, okay, I'm just gonna hide away in my inner sanctum lab and install the brightest bunch of lights you ever did see and dud myself and my assistant up in the most gaudy opulent clothing imaginable.
Oh man,
it is purely it's like a mixture of fucked up form with pure function.
Yeah. This guy rolls up with a bad bitch in the same fit. Right. And I'm like, what am I looking at? And he's just like
he treats it like it's fucking nothing. It's like, what you gonna do now, bitch? Yeah.
You
take a swing.
You can't disappear now. Right. It says that it's called, I think, the Wandenreich was created with Quincy powers. And it's hidden within realm. The shadow. Yeah, so that's their realm. Right. In the shadows of the Serete.
So he just figured, I'm just make the antithesis of that.
Right.
Just because I can.
Emerge from the former's secret lab. Which is hidden in complete brightness. I love that.
Complete brightness. Oh my God.
Where he devised a countermeasure against the Quincy transport technique, annoyed by Mayuri's absurdity and tenaciousn's Askin leaves.
He just fucking dips. Like, man, I can't fucking fight this.
This is bullshit.
I love how he even, like, as he's starting to walk away, he stops for a second. He's like, hey,
wait, where
are you going to try to stop me? What are you doing?
Come on.
And Mayuri's just like, oh no, go ahead, please. I need to gather more data. Show me your moves. Give me a quick brief, like, rundown. And he just fucking leaves.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
So this is where we start to who's the guy in the green striped hat? Urahara shows up, and this guy feels like he's like the Gandalf of this series. I feel like
more or
he's got more power than I think I'm giving him credit for, and he just he shows up when he wants, and he's like, I can't really help you, but I can kind of help you.
Right. Maybe I could just help you find the answer.
Yeah. I can't destroy the ring, but I can show you where to go.
Right, exactly. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so he kind of shows up with like these little like...
He breaks through and gets into Mayuri's headset to contact him. And of course, Mayuri fucking hates this dude's guts.
Yeah.
He's like, excuse you?
How the hell?
Oh, no. I'm afraid you've made a very, very severe breach of my personal code of conduct.
Yeah.
If you require my assistance on getting here, you can count me the fuck out.
Yeah.
See you later. But of course, he's already fucking there.
Yeah. He's already
just right behind him.
He's like,
just
all
fucking
right.
with him.
I love it. But then he has like these, they look like little mints.
Right, just like a fucking like melt in your mouth cough drop.
Yeah. He's got cough drops.
Right, all you got to do is touch this,
Yeah.
and you'll receive your abilities again.
Right.
Or rather, what it actually does is render the Bankai that have been stolen fucking like poisonous to Quincy's. So it actively hurts them as well as slowly going back to their original masters.
Right.
It's the most devious
It's
shit.
genius.
Right.
Yeah.
So as that is happening, all these one-sided fights that we were starting to worry about
right.
are immediately like turntabled.
Yeah.
And everybody starts making a comeback. Hitsugaya, the guy with the ice ability, finally gets his Bankai back.
Dude, so good.
Mm-hmm. Turns into a fucking ice dragon.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Perfect.
That's what's a one hell yeah. I'm like,
one so far.
And dude, there's probably more before that I can't even count.
Of course.
But it's
the show so far has exceeded the hypes per minute speedometer. The hypometer.
Yeah. It's man, the fights get, like you said already, they feel very one-sided in the
it's like
the
a
Quincy's
constant
stance.
tug of war.
Yeah. But then there's finally a chance where like he gets his stuff back and he really gets an upper hand a little bit and thus kind of succeeds in the fight eventually, and it's like
just barely.
And it's so good. It's like okay, we're getting somewhere.
Right. This dude defeats one of the Quincy's by straight up encasing him in an ice crucifix.
Dude. It's wild.
Right. He's already been beat up pretty bad. He's actively like bleeding out.
Yeah.
But within like this, by the skin of his teeth, he's able to stop this dude. And then he falls over on top of a skyscraper.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, he's down for the count for now.
Mm-hmm.
But man, let's talk about the dog man.
Dude.
Mr. Wolf Boy.
This show so far does a phenomenal job of building a character up, giving them the most badass sequence, and then tearing them the fuck down.
Yep.
And it's awful, and I hate it.
Oh damn!
You have the headmaster going. I mean, absolutely buck wild. I mean, absolutely
breaking out every ability known to
all
man.
that shit. And then him to like just get killed, get absolutely cut down. And I'm like, man, what the?
Yeah,
that's shitty. And then you got Dog Man. He comes rolling up
after defeating his clan chief in single combat,
whooping his ass.
Right, he makes a deal.
Yeah,
and is like, you're about to teach me our fucking secret technique right now.
Yep.
He's like, all right, I'll do it. But you got to give me your fucking heart first.
Yeah.
So he does. Whenever we see him again, he's encased himself in armor like he used to.
Yep.
But
and man, does it look so cool.
He does. And he's got a fucking T-visor.
Yeah.
Sick ass gauntlets.
I'm a sucker for a good T-visor.
It's perfect.
Mandalorians unite.
Right. But as he starts his return match with the explosion bitch, we start to see what's under the armor. Turns out that secret technique allows him to take on a
the wolf
form.
Man is now a man wolf.
Right. But
technically different.
Right. So because of his recent heartbreak, he is able to his Bankai is able to enter a new stage.
Yeah.
Where it just gets rid of all the armor, and it's just a fucking red ass Oni with a big ass sword.
Yeah.
Flaming eyes, dude.
Terrifying. Massive.
Yeah, it's a fucking giant.
Yeah.
And because his life is like staked in this fucking thing.
Yeah.
He's practically unstoppable. For as long as his heart remains beating.
Yeah.
So it's more so just like a fucking install super with a limit time limit on it.
Yeah.
But he he makes adequate use of it, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. He goes all out, and he absolutely, I mean, smashes this bitch into the ground. to the point where I'm almost certain all her bones are broken,
Probably.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And she's just sitting there like, this can't be happening. This absolutely can't be happening.
Right.
And
Get
then
used to it.
So I didn't know this, but like she also has like a band of ladies that go along with her, and I thought they were like buddy or something, but I guess it's very much like a one-sided buddy situation.
Yeah, more
And
or
so,
less.
whenever they walk up, they ditched her at a certain point, and she was pissed off about it.
Right.
But after this fight concludes, they walk up to the crater that she's laying in. And she's like, oh, and they're all like, hey, how's it going? And she's like scared, terrified, like, no, please. And at a certain point, I was like, why is she so terrified? But I think I understand now why. I could be wrong, but obviously I think that they're going to do some effed up stuff to her and like torture her in some way, or I've seen in future episodes, if you fail a fight, you straight up get eliminated back at home base.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they just drag her ass back there and she gets, the old yeller.
Right. Yeah. Old bitch ass.
Yeah. So I don't know.
God.
Yeah, it sounds like you're having some
I
moments.
am not a fan. But it's okay. You'll see.
Okay.
You'll understand eventually.
You'll understand my pain. You'll share my tears.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to look at some of these notes as well to see if I'm forgetting something.
I think we're pretty.
We're on track so far.
Yeah.
But to continue with what that story happens is as he like walks down an alleyway.
Right, he's making his way toward Yuhaba's castle to fucking wreck his ass.
Right, to end him.
Right, but unfortunately his heart is not going to be able to make the trip.
Right.
So as that is happening, he's slowly regressing to the form of like a basic ass wolf.
An actual wolf. Not a wolf man or a man wolf.
Right.
Just wolf.
But a regular first thing.
A regular first. Yeah. Damn.
Thankfully, one of his lieutenants picks his ass up and is like, "You ain't done yet, Chief. We're gonna go kill this motherfucker."
Yeah.
He's just carrying him from there.
And I was getting so sad because it's like, come on, don't tell me that's gonna be the end of our man.
Yeah.
And again, as these episodes are like progressing through, these title cards with the actual like titles on them show up in some of the most creative and fun ways.
Yeah.
I can't describe it. Each one is unique and different and like in the episode in a cool way.
Right.
And I just find it so fun. Every time it happens, I'm always like, oh yeah, dude, it's cool. And that episode specifically was Heart of Wolf. And it's like, come on, that's cool.
So good,
it's so cool, man. So yeah. I see that I was actually a bit behind on one of the episodes, but I see I'm at Heart of Wolf now.
We're catching up.
Yeah, we're catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should say, whenever the second invasion started, Shinsui and his lieutenant are still at HQ, but they just so happen to be face to face with Hashvald, which is Yuhabaha's like right hand man.
Yeah.
So not someone you'd want to mess with out the gate.
And he's playing with them.
Oh yeah. She's able to throw out a Hado that is just a barrier that locks out Quincy abilities.
Right.
So he can't do shit. So they're just having a nice little chat.
Yeah. It's a real Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn Obi-Wan moment where they're all just standing there behind the barrier like, yeah.
I'm going to fucking kill you so hard.
I'm going to get you.
Right.
Just wait till the barrier goes down. I'm going to get you. Yeah.
Good stuff.
The next episode is Rages at Ringside.
Oh, yes.
And this is where we started tonight.
Yes.
And they got a big masked, like luchador type Quincy.
The masculine. Mask the masculine.
Yep.
Straight up like luchador type motherfucker. Funniest bastard we've seen so far on the Quincy side.
Right. He's knocked around a couple lieutenants
Oh yeah,
already.
yeah. He's fighting 3 lieutenants at once right now,
Yeah.
and just wiping the floor with them.
Right.
But after a while, as he's about to like finish one off, 2 captains show up.
Yeah.
One of which,
Wait, I think we're missing. We just glazed over a very important fight.
yeah.
It was in the episodes that we watched already.
Huh?
Who was the guy?
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
the-
Shinji.
uh,
Shinji.
Who
Yes.
was the guy with the sword that he
Yep.
was swinging around?
Right, that's Shinji.
And he was making her go batshit insane.
Right. His Bankai ability is one of the coolest fucking things.
Yes.
Because it reverses everything. For you, up is going to be down, left is going to be right.
Okay.
Even his speech is reversed.
It's wild.
Yeah. Complete disorientation.
Dude, I love these like these episodes we watched tonight and the ones we watched before. This whole section, like I said, we're getting into some really good fights, but we're also getting into, again, it's partially because I haven't seen the series.
Right.
So there's probably some of these Bankai that have been around for a while in the show that have been like have had their hell yeah moment before.
Right.
But it's all happening for me right now. So he shows up and starts like swinging this sword around. Was it with that girl before she fights Wolfman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
He was running interference while
Yeah.
he was going to just go immediately after Yuhabaha.
Yeah.
He wasn't even going to give her the time of fucking day at first.
I don't know why. I love the idea of having some sort of like immense power that can just like screw with someone's mind. It's one thing to have sheer strength.
Oh, yeah.
It's one thing to have like power of will or like a cool sword.
Right.
But it's another thing to have like, I think it's also because the fact like I do love like wizard type characters and things like that and other kind of like magic based characters a lot of times. And I think it feels like that
Right.
in a way of like having this like super crazy, like disorienting ability where like you have this super strong.
Let me just scramble your brains.
Yeah.
real quick.
You may be able to create bombs out of nothing and explode everything,
Right.
but I can make you question
You
your
better hope
reality.
you can hit me with it.
Yeah. I'm going to make you question if this is real or not. And it's like that shit kind of is, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And talk about like superpowers. Oh, bruh. Being
fucking
able,
wild.
be able to screw people's heads up a little bit. I mean, terrifying. Don't get me wrong, but it's also like hell yeah, that's cool,
Right.
super cool. Especially because we're getting this like comeuppance. They've been getting beat down. They've been getting the shit knocked out of them, and our guy finally got his powers back, and he's like
the rebound.
I'm gonna make you question your reality, bitch. I love that. It's fun. It's wild.
Unfortunately, she counters this by just blowing everything up.
Right.
Just an omnidirectional ability. It doesn't matter where you are. I'm gonna hit something.
Yeah.
And he takes him out real quick.
Right.
After which the Wolfman comes right the fuck back.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, fine.
Nah.
Fine. I'm gonna kill you right now.
So, anyways, I as we were moving on, I was like, we're moving on to episodes we watched tonight, but there was something very cool that happened.
Oh, yeah.
I was like flipping my lid over, and it was that fight where I was like, bruh. You want to talk about exceeding the cap of hell yeah? That was an episode I was like, hell yeah, dude. Come on. I love it.
Big hypes.
Big hypes. Anyways, flash forward.
Right.
Masked to masculine. And his name's James?
Yeah, James. His hype man. His number one fan.
His ride or die James.
Right. Yeah.
Pour one out for James, man.
Dude, poor James.
Oh, man. He's got a hype man, and basically whenever he gets injured or he gets like killed in some way,
Right. All James has to do is say, cheer up.
Yeah.
Get
You
up,
got it,
superstar.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes. Motherfucker gets right back up,
yeah.
heals all his wounds, and is like, I'm ready for round 3.
Yeah. Here we go.
or 4 or 5. However many it takes for me to wipe the floor with your ass.
And we learn kind of towards the end of this fight that it also works in the reverse order as well. Is as long as he's alive, James will also be there.
Right.
Will be ever resurrected.
Reconstituting in one form or another. This amorphous blob that is James.
This little gremlin that's James.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I need me a James to hype me up.
Right. Dude.
Shit, I don't think I can finish this. You got this. You know what? Maybe I can.
Shit, I guess
Shit,
I do.
I got to do it for James.
Lock the fuck in.
Lock the-
All right. That's all I need.
I'd do anything for James.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Oh, that's good. But yeah, so in this fight, obviously, he's got the two different captains.
Yeah.
And
Both of which Dude, the Bankai these fuckers have is so fucking cool.
So cool.
One is just these big ass gauntlets.
Yeah.
He describes his like regular ability being able to turn like the focus of his blade into like a fucking explosion.
Right.
Like explosive force.
Yeah.
His Bankai envelops both arms with the blade.
Yeah.
And if you're even in contact with his fists,
Yeah.
it's like a shit ton of explosions going off point blank at once.
Wild. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It just is like it's having like multiple pile bunkers in your fist.
Right. It's so fucking cool.
It's really cool.
Oh man. The other one, you want to talk about a performance art piece?
Yeah, he can control music.
Right. He
And
conducts like he's got music, quote unquote.
Yeah.
That makes you feel a certain way, and as long as you're able to hear it, whatever it is going to affect you.
Right. But before we get into that point, he Mask ends up like absolutely obliterating the cannon arms guy.
Oh yeah.
Again, I don't know their names, and I apologize for this. At home, they're like, "Oh my god." So the funny thing is like as it moves over, Music Man over there hasn't really been participating, but he's like, all right. So he didn't
figure he needed to.
Well, yeah,
he was getting his shit rocked at first, so he was like, oh man, he's got this.
And then in a real moment, of course, the lieutenants are like, you know, they're
that ain't it. He's not finished. You gotta kill James.
You gotta kill James.
Kill James.
and so Music Man like stabs through James's chest and vivisects him.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, they really did it.
Right. Second captain's like, okay.
Yeah.
Now that he's out of the fucking way.
Yeah. You and me.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then of course he
open up those ears, son.
Yeah. He does a whole dance of ice and fire and a whole bunch of stuff.
Summons these golden mannequins made of what look to be like tungsten with like blooming flowers on their faces. And he's about to like drown the fucker with sheer water pressure, puts him in the center of a whirlpool.
Yeah, right.
After which he immediately switches over to extreme heat.
Yeah.
With burning flames swirling around him like it's nothing.
Right.
And he starts to get a little scuffed up, and he's like, of course, he's explaining how his ability works for some reason.
Oh my god, it's a real anime trope.
Oh, he's getting into it. He's like, oh yeah, suffer.
This is
wail to the fucking sky, bro.
Anybody who
you're merely adding to the symphony.
Yep.
And as soon as he says that, we see Mask.
Yeah, covering his ear,
right.
or has fingers in ears.
Fingers in his ears.
Yeah.
And he's like, covering your ears ain't gonna fucking help, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then he takes him out,
and we
see a bit of blood.
He's got holes in his mask, and as he's pulling it out, the guy's like, "Did you just rupture your eardrum?"
And after that,
oh man,
he puts both hands, up to his forehead.
Yep.
The star on his mask begins to glow, and he fires a fucking beam.
Yep.
Real quick, fast through this dude's chest,
creating a hole in his chest cavity.
I was like, down.
Wow.
Immediately.
Okay.
And until that point, he's just fucking deaf now. He can't hear a thing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need to.
No, he don't care.
He's about to finish him off.
So who's the guy who came in after that with the red hair ponytail guy? Renji.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him before as well on the show, because I think he's been around since the beginning.
Oh, yeah. He's one of the OGs.
Okay. So he shows up and deflects a secondary star blast.
Mm-hmm. To which Mask responds like, did you just fucking...
deflect my blast?
Ain't no damn way.
Yeah.
I got the spotlight right now.
Yeah.
Ain't no time for a new challenger.
Right. And then, of course, in this moment, James is now, his upper torso's jumping around saying, "You got this, superstar." And he's like, his ears get healed.
Right. It's an immediate buff. Like, I'm back to full strength.
Yeah.
And... I love before that, he's like, Renji's like showing up like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Like, Mask is like, who the hell are you? And Renji, talking to a deaf man, is like, I'm a villain, bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, what? Sorry, you'll have to speak up. It seemed like you said something pretty cool, but I'm kind of deaf right now. After his ears get healed, he's like, okay, all right, I'm all ears. Let me hear what you got to say, buddy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say something. What you got? And Renji immediately responds by slicing James'
head off.
Yeah.
Clean off.
Fucking dead.
Yeah.
Right then and there.
Second time. And I love for a second time you hear
James! Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Good stuff.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
James, no! You can't kill James a second time.
Right. Now, as he's fighting Renji, he gets progressively more, like, pissed.
Yeah.
Losing his composure, losing that bravado. And, of course, Renji's just eating that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Both figuratively and literally.
Oh, yeah, right.
He's taking hit after hit after...
Yeah.
After Mask is, like, gone beyond his limits.
Oh, yeah. He at a certain point, he's like, I'm going to knock you into the sky.
Right.
And I'm
going to juggle you so hard you're not going to be able to do a damn thing.
You're never going to leave this guy.
Right. So, after he has made it to the proper altitude, he knocks Renji back to the ground, like, generates a star
Yeah.
with the support of James, which is now multiplied on the ground.
Yeah. There is now, oh gosh, James has become, I don't even know, a collective.
Yeah,
James,
the hive mind that is James.
Correct. That's what I was looking for. James has become a hive mind, and he's now in unison going, huh? What?
Right.
As like,
Mask has now fired this star attack.
Yeah, supernova.
Right. It's about to impact on top of James and Renji at the same time. So he's like, fear not, James. Yeah. You and I are one as a superstar and fan. Yeah. As long as I'm alive, you'll eventually come back. So, unfortunately, he doesn't realize the exact gap in power that he's dealing with right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because Renji has just come back from the royal palace.
Right.
Up in the fucking sky, heaven for all intents and purposes.
Back and better than ever.
Right. So, after going through not quite the same but very similar training as Ichigo, he's fucking through the roof as far as like power is concerned. So,
right,
he's able to finally utilize his full Bankai.
He's able to eat that shit
because while he was up there training, he was informed that he had only been using half. Of his sword's full power.
Not the full name.
Right. So, after proving his worth to his blade, he now is able to utilize it to its full extent.
Cool stuff.
And this shit, honestly, I don't know how to feel about his...
It's interesting. He's got like a second hand type thing.
Right. The snake that is normally his sword.
Yeah.
In the previous episodes of the series, his Bankai, quote unquote, has been... his sword turning into like a fucking snake made of bones.
Damn.
With like wafting red hair. It looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I honestly prefer that more to this version. Because I mean it's still cool. It incorporates like the entire body of the snake as a supplementary like suit of armor.
Yeah.
It gives him a sick ass like sword coming out of the snake's mouth, as well as this big furry ass like skeletal arm on the other shoulder, and it does its job.
Yeah, it is cool.
It obliterates Mask.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he does like a weird thing where like he stabs him, and then like he turns it like a key
right
around inside of him.
The snake's mouth just clamps down hard.
Yeah,
and destroys him.
Literally turns him to ash.
Right.
As he blows away like Thanos snapping the gauntlet, he flows off into the
nothing but dust.
Nothing but dust for you, buddy.
Right.
And it's like, wow. I think he makes a comment about the star burning out or something like that. Right. I think, and I was like,
went out like a real superstar.
Yeah. It's like, wow, how fun.
Reggie's such a fucking dork, dude. It's my favorite.
It's fun. So yeah. We also get some other stuff with like I think at this point, I think we also get the fact that Uryu is kind of like he's now
been at Yuhabaha's side since the invasion started.
Haschwalt like shows him what happens to losers in a fight at this point.
Explains how and why Yuhabaha just disappeared.
Right.
After taking in the masculine's power again.
Right.
He has a little bit of a rest. Falls asleep for a little while.
Right.
and just, I'm assuming just intakes that. I don't know if it's a time-consuming process. I'm assuming it is.
Right.
But needless
Or
to
just
say,
a tiring process to do it, whatever.
he's going to be indisposed for however long that takes.
Right.
In the meantime, he's left Hushvald in charge.
Yeah. Which he's the second in command, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. He rounds up those he can find, the Quincy's who failed to kill the original owners of the Bankai they stole.
Right.
And just executes them right then and there.
Oh, yeah.
Sending their power back to the king.
Yeah.
So, it's unfathomably brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the constant, like, fucking bloodletting in this faction.
Oh, it's
insane.
Wild. They don't give a shit.
Right. If you are enlisted in this force in any way, shape, or form, you have my condolences because you're gonna fucking die.
And it doesn't help. Like the fact that they have kind of German-ish names for everything.
Oh yeah, no, they're totally based on like Nazi Germany.
Right, which makes sense.
Right.
But it hurts a little bit more in a way of like they have all these like German-ish names and they're just like, I mean, just absolutely slaying their own people, and it's just, oh gosh. Yeah. So anyways,
they do not care.
They do not care.
No.
So if I'm not mistaken, this is where Rukia comes in.
Yes.
And picks up the bodies of the...
Right. She takes both captains.
Yeah.
And hightails it to a place where they can be healed.
Right. The guys that got killed by Matt or significantly wounded by Mask.
Maimed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right.
TKO'd.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So she takes them off to a special place to get taken care of. And as she's out and about, how do you pronounce his name? Asnot?
Asnot.
Asnot?
I wouldn't know the exact pronunciation, but that's how it's spelled.
It's Asnodt, but both the A and the O have
umlauts.
Yeah, umlauts over them. Asnot.
Yeah. Asnot.
Whatever his name is.
His name is now Fart Noise.
Fart Noise.
Oh my god.
He from the first time I saw him, first of all, I thought he was a woman.
Right.
But
tall, lanky, long hair.
But the way he talks is super like
real deep,
monotone,
gravelly.
real deep. Kind of he has a cool voice actor.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And he looks scary.
Right.
And once we start to learn that like his power is like fear.
Right. He manifests fear as like a physical force that can influence you and make you see all sorts of crazy shit.
It's crazy, dude. We get to see like a couple of really cool shots. And this for me is where the animation in this show is cranked up.
Yeah.
We get some real Junji Ito type shit where like we get some like he has some like big old eyes that like has like those like the harsh hash work around his eyes or whatever. So he's got these like these solid black eyes that are big and it just looks like these terrifying holes in his face and it's like, this is getting creepy. And this is what I was talking about by feeling all the emotions. We got everything from like we're so gone to we're so back to like
back to we're so gone
to like
it's so over.
To like I'm looking at this and there's a certain point where like he's saying some stuff and he's making her see some shit and like he
she lets him go through his whole spiel.
Oh yeah.
Like the entire monologue, she's just taking it. And man, as soon as he's finished, she's like, "So, what are you afraid of?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "Excuse me."
Excuse me.
So he's like, "Could it be that your worst fear would be fear not having an effect on your opponent?"
Yeah,
because
seems like I'm doing okay.
I'm not very scared right now, man. I'm gonna be straight with you.
Yeah. I actually killed my body a second ago.
It's so fucking metal, dude.
It's so wild.
She's able to like through like getting the true essence of her Bankai up in the royal palace. She's able to control the body temperature of whoever wields the sword that she's got.
Yeah.
And man, she basically counters his fear effect by just freezing every molecule in her body and negating it entirely.
Yeah.
After which she just slices the motherfucker.
Right.
And She hasn't quite gotten the hang of it just yet.
Right.
She has to like manually like count down the temperature in order to get back to.
She has to take like time to thaw out because if it happens too fast,
she's gonna break apart.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it's a glass cannon.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's really cool and really scary,
Mm-hmm.
but like it ends up not quite working.
Right.
And like he ends up, oh my God, dude, this is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up going through this whole like, the second she thaws out enough, like there's this flash of an image, and it's terrifying,
Right?
Because we're dealing with some real
fart noise jump scare.
we're dealing with some like real gross, like Evangelion type like flash images of like scary shit that happens, and you're like, oh, this is trauma inducing.
Right. He basically concludes that if I can't access your fears through your molecules, them fucking nerves in there gotta still work, don't they?
Yeah.
And so he's able to just induce this effect just
Through
by
looking
having
at
her
her.
looking at him.
Yeah.
It's insane. After which she's just in like at his fucking mercy.
Yeah. He even claps back, and like there's like a flashback for him where he's like in a hospital building, and he's like, it hurts to even breathe. And he has like this whole questioning of like, is heaven a place where you breathe easier? Is hell a place where
it hurts even worse?
Yeah, right. And so it's like this whole thing. He's like and then,
if so, I'm scared.
yeah. And so he has this moment where the king's at his bedside,
and he's like, you've been able to hang on through this fucking shit, bro. Here, take this. Take the F.
yeah. Take the press F.
Yeah.
For ass noise.
Right. So
anyway, like, so with
just
that being said,
tiniest little bit of backstory, and immediately I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get
like
it.
he tears his chest open, and like it then like sews itself back shut. His mask rips off, and like he's got he's got
no lips,
bearing teeth,
just exposed gums and
his
teeth.
His eyes like roll back into his head, and it's like is really unsettling and kind of terrifying because again, like there's like harsh lines and hash work, like hash shading around like his eyes, and everything's so like, and even like Rukia has like a bit of like that like really artistic shading on like her face a couple times, and it's like, ooh, it's getting real good and scary, and it's like it gets kind of freaky. Maybe a skin crawl a couple times because like he like causes her like to have like flies all over her body.
Right. He makes her see everybody she cares about like decaying.
Yeah,
nothing but flies coming out of there.
And I was like, it gets
disgusting.
It gets gross and hard to look at because I'm like, oh shit, this is nasty.
Yeah.
And then she gets inside a room like, and dude, and oh
surrounded
my God,
by nothing
dude,
but eyes.
dude, and as that transition happened, it goes from like there's noise and all kind of stuff, and all of a sudden the noise cuts, and she's in like a spherical room, and I was like, oh dude, this shit is wild. If the first couple episodes had like mind shit before, I was like, this isn't a whole nother ball field of like weird fear mind games shit of like you think you're powerful, but then like once you can get somebody like in their own head and like creating their worst fears made manifest, it's like, oh boy, that's messed up.
Yeah,
that's some wild shit. But anyways, she's surrounded by his eyes,
right,
in this room.
No escape
from
Can't
his
even close
sight.
her eyes.
Yeah.
So at this point, I mean, we're assuming she's down for the count, like she's about to fucking die.
Oh yeah.
But of course, she and Renji weren't the only ones up in the royal palace. They brought Byakuya's lifeless corpse up there with him.
Hell yeah.
And have been slowly rehabilitating and training him too. Yep. So, thankfully, Big Bro comes to save the day.
Yeah.
Just wipes that shit out entirely.
Yeah.
And man, he has only improved his fucking Bankai and Shikai. He's able to use the Senbon Zakura to an outrageous degree.
Right.
Like, as he was showing up, he already surrounded the immediate area with those fucking petals.
Yeah.
So he's able to just completely negate that whole fear effect room from ever happening again. So as soon as he, like, basically he gives Ruki a good shake and is like, lock the fuck in. Yeah. And he's like, all right, I'm good. I got it. Dude. Asnote starts talking him up like, "Oh man, I've been looking forward to seeing your dumbass again.
This is gonna be good.
How's that fucking stomach feel after I got it carved out, bitch?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Man, I ain't got time for your dumbass." So he just turns around and is like, "All right, I'm out. Have fun." And he's like, "What?"
Oh, dude, and I mean, like in a real like fu moment, he's like, "Nah, you should can handle it."
Right.
And it's like, "Oh, dude, hell yeah!" He just stands aside.
Yeah. So she activates her Bankai, and it is. Think of like an explosion the scale of like an atomic bomb, a nuke, basically.
Yeah,
but it's ice,
beautiful,
below freezing temperatures, and he is reduced to an ice sculpture.
Yep. And then do like a real, but the thing is, like, as that's all happened, like he has like morphed his body into like this grotesque monster
this
thing.
mound of flesh.
Oh, and it's like
just eyes.
Oh, it's so gross.
A decaying face.
It's so good because it's so visceral and gross, and it's like, oh, dude, for the character that is like fear to like just manifest this like, I mean, absolutely disgusting monster creature. I was like, oh hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, I forget what he says exactly, but Byakuya, before she activates her Bankai, is like, fear isn't born in a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
It only comes from insecurities within the heart.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of anything?
When she's like, not anymore.
Nah.
No, son.
I'm good.
I'm locked in, buddy.
Yeah. And man,
that's all it took.
It's like what you're looking at right now is this fucker's fear. That's what he's afraid of.
Yep.
So, wipe the slate clean, lady. You're good to go.
Yep. And then there's this crazy flashback as well where like he has this moment where like I forgot what he said exactly, but I know it ends with him saying, "I'm scared."
Right, he's apologizing.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's apologizing to
Yuhabaha.
Yeah.
Like I can't cut it, Chief. I'm scared. I'm too scared.
It's like, damn, dude. What? What a crazy ending to like the Man of Fear.
Yeah,
it's so good. It was. I loved that. I loved it because again, I like feeling something.
Mm-hmm.
I think that for me, like I've said this before, and I won't get into this tangent in this episode. Right. I've done it before. That's what I think art truly is. Art is truly like eliciting an emotional response in people. Like I said, whether it be good or bad, a lot of times if it's just like, I mean, like, yes, it's art if that's the definition of it. But for me, whenever I'm like, this is art, this is beautiful, this is what, it's when I'm like, I can look at something and it makes me super angry or super happy or like, I'm excited or whatever. And I look at this and I was like, this is like making me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel scared a little bit. It makes me feel uneasy. And then we get this whole like
absolute cinema.
And then we get this comeback with the brother that we all thought was dead. And then he hypes his sister up, who then goes on to like blast this guy. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. And this whole like, we got just a little fragment of a backstory of him like being in a hospital bed and being scared and like being given new life. And then, of course, throwing it all in at the end, being like, I'm so scared. It's like, peak.
That's good shit.
It's good shit. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. It made me feel everything. It was a whole broad range of emotions and feelings. And I was like,
oh, yeah.
This is art.
This is it.
This is it. Even though half of those, 3/4 of those emotions were like, ugh. I was still like, it made me feel something. I'm like, hell yeah. I don't know. I love that. And so, anyways, that's what that whole thing made me feel. And I was like, that's... And again, at the very end, she like has now...
as we see the fallout
literally.
of the Winter Wonderland.
Yeah, Ice Princess
She's
Rukia.
slowly coming back down.
Yeah.
And we get this wonderful moment between brother and sister.
It's so nice.
Where as she's like reversing this process, we see like cracks in her hands start to form, after which Byakuya's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, take it easy now. Slow it down.
He grabs her hand and his hand instantly freezes.
Starts to freeze.
Yeah.
And he doesn't give a shit. Of course, that's his fucking sister.
Yeah.
He's going to do whatever it takes.
Right.
And man, it's so sweet.
It's so nice. It's wholesome.
Right. Because, I mean, throughout the entirety of the series, even after being at odds, like at her brother's mercy at one point after she's taken back to the Soul Society.
Really?
To receive judgment. This is like toward the beginning of the series, like real early stuff.
Oh, okay.
All she's wanted is his approval, like his acknowledgement.
Right. All right. I remember
because
that.
she looks up to him. That's her big brother.
Yeah.
And she finally gets it, man.
Yeah.
He says that she's become so strong, and that does
That's it. That's all it took.
All it is.
I love that. That's what I'm talking about. It's just it's a great sequence of events. Even if I don't know all this backstory between the siblings, it still is. I don't know. It's lovely. It's a great.
What a fucking payoff.
Oh.
It's
And
so
of course,
good.
and the ending, like again, we kind of started off this whole Quincy versus Soul Reaper fight with this guy Asnot.
Oh yeah,
and
he was he beat Byakuya within an inch of his life.
And that's what I'm saying. Is like that's where it all kind of started, and to have this kind of ending, this bookend chapter was like, oh, this is some good shit.
You're about to get yours.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna let you take it away for this next one. Our man V shows up, or who's the other guy? Is it Grimmy? Grimmy is V, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No. Actually, it was. He did have V.
Because he said visionary or something.
Right, Grimmy the visionary. This motherfucker has one of the most busted ass abilities. Compared to everything we've seen already.
Right.
It's busted.
Yeah.
Anything he imagines.
Wait. I'm thinking of the other guy, the old grandpa.
Oh,
guy.
His little lackey.
Yeah, the little lackey.
The one he thought up.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. He just made that motherfucker.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a separate guy.
Oh no.
Because he straight up kills him at a certain point.
Right.
I was like, damn.
Like, man, you're already fucking up. I can't even think of anything you can do anymore.
Wow.
And after that, he's just fucking gone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nuts. So, Unohana's student, or lieutenant,
yes,
from her squad, is currently healing both captains that were obliterated by Mask. And Yachiru just so happens to be there as well. The little pink-haired girl, Kenpachi's daughter.
Right.
For all intents and purposes.
Adopted daughter, yeah.
Right. And she's just helping her gather supplies, any kind of equipment or medical supplies she needs.
Yeah.
And then this old fucking man with chameleon-ass eyes shows up out of nowhere.
Bruh.
And Yachiru's first instinct is to just deck him in the face.
Oh, yeah. She's like, I got a feeling about it.
Right.
And I was like hell yeah.
Of course, he doesn't start off friendly. He's here to kill them.
Yeah. But he tries to monologue at first.
Right.
He's like,
Yeah.
my name is... He gets
Just
punched.
immediately, like, haymaker to the jaw, dude. And the crazy thing about this old geezer is that his ability is that he is able to erase himself from vision.
Yeah.
From, straight up out of sight, out of mind type shit. Like, no object permanence.
Yeah.
But you can control it.
Yeah.
So after his first introduction doesn't go quite as planned, he shows up. Yachiru has forgotten that he was even there. They both have. And she still goes for the fucking haymaker. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to deck you in the face.
I don't know if you know this or not, but my dad is Zaraki.
Right.
I swing first and ask questions later.
We don't play like that. And he's sitting there for a second, like, what the fuck is with this kid?
Yeah.
Why
what is happening?
How does she know where I am? Like, her reaction time is getting faster, he says.
Yeah.
And after the third punch, he's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And he hasn't quite erased himself completely. He tries to go for a proper greeting at first.
Yeah.
That was the third intro, and it still didn't fucking work. So he's like, okay, I just got to go for the throat on this. And as he's figuring out what to do, Yachiru goes to grab her sword and is explaining I don't really. He just kind of felt like a bad guy. I just kind of swung on instinct.
Yeah. I
And
got a feeling.
He's just sitting in a corner what? He swung on an instinct? What is she, a fucking animal? And she explains it by way of saying she got a tingly feeling.
Yeah.
From him. And she says that Kenpachi said that whenever he gets that kind of feeling, it could be cold, hot, or just kind of zappy in a way. And she says, whenever I get that feeling, it makes me real fucking happy. And
oh, yeah.
whenever he's fighting something or someone like that. And then she says, but he's not here right now, so I'm sure he's not going to mind if I straight up kill this motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she slowly she unsheathed this sword, and I was like, oh, bruh.
Right. Blood in the eyes.
Oh, she's going to kill this man.
Glazed over, ready to murder.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Literally, the daughter of Kenpachi made manifest.
Right. Yeah, straight up. So, chameleon fucker shows up again.
Yeah.
She takes a swing. He dodges, gets hit anyway.
Right.
And he's like,
how?
how'd you do that?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, my sword's ability is like describes it as a copycat.
Right.
So
can't be dodged.
Right. The more you deliberate on like how and where to dodge, the more likely you are to mess up and get hit anyway.
Yeah.
It's basically just the ability.
The sword.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Let me unsheath my blade.
Right.
Nuh-uh.
And not only that, she's able to summon like these two gigantic beasts as part of her her Shikai.
Yes. And starts dancing.
Right. Does a fucking musical number real quick.
Yeah.
Styles on the bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck is this?
What is happening?
So he's about to go hog wild, or so we think.
Right.
And then Grimmy just
appears.
Takes a chunk out of him.
Yep.
And he's like, man, you're doing great, but I kind of forgot about you because of how your ability works, so I can't really imagine a future for you anymore.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking explodes.
Yeah, of red mist.
Right. So.
Yikes.
Yeah, Grimmy's just chilling out on the operating table and has apparently already killed the two captains.
Is that true? Okay, I was going to say, because
Just wait.
Because that's the part, he said it so confidently. I was like, but we don't really get any.
Yeah. Who's to say?
You're right.
But as Yachiro is immediately on the offensive.
Of course.
As is per usual. But grabs her by the arm, gives her a little twist, and just breaks like super easily.
All of it.
Now, initially, whenever I first saw this, I thought, oh, this dude's just fucking irrationally strong.
Yeah.
But then, while she's on the ground, he goes on to explain how his ability works by way of example. Like, say, what if I were to imagine that the bones in your arm were made of cookies, for example?
Yeah.
They'd break pretty easily, right? So, what if I also imagine that your entire skeleton is now made of cookies?
Yep.
At which point she tries to get back up and he's crumbling.
Yeah. Her other she tries to push off with her other arm and it just proceeds to just crumble.
Oh yeah.
And it's like
just break.
Oh no.
Yeah. Now, as if by divine providence.
Oh yes.
Kenpachi busts through the roof.
Yeah.
And is like
excuse me.
Your Yachiru's spiritual pressure was getting a little low there, so
so I
decided to come see what the fuck was happening. And all I find is a child throwing a tantrum. And man,
oh man,
the interactions between these two are the funniest fucking part of this episode,
dude.
Because man,
I thought this was going to go a different way, but I'm so glad that it did where
it was perfect.
It's beautiful.
Right. Upon seeing who he's dealing with, Grammy is like, all right.
Here's my chance.
I know you, Sonny.
Yep.
So he manifests this giant block as a stage.
Yeah, pedestal.
For Zaraki and his fight to commence.
Right.
And it's so fucking funny. Kenpachi's just hooping and hollering like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, what's happening?
Like, it's your stage, bro. We're about to have the showdown of a lifetime. Well, is what I'd like to say, but I'm gonna wipe the floor with you like effortlessly.
Without even lifting a hand.
Yeah. And it's like you won't be able to cut me. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna happen. So Kenpachi is immediately like, fucking bet. And he goes to slice him. Doesn't do anything at first.
Yeah.
It's like, buddy, I've imagined my body to be as hard as steel, all right? There's nothing you can do. And he, without a second's hesitation,
he pushes even harder.
Right, effortlessly, like
into his abdomen.
Like down the shoulder, straight to, the abdomen. He's got a fucking, like, gash in him.
Right.
He's like, man, you should have said you'd be as hard as steel from the start. I would have attacked like that right off the bat.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. That it's almost like he's got a fucking dial on his head that he's just able to use. Like
for me, I thought his power also works off of imagination, where he's just like, oh, I just need to be stronger than I or steel or whatever.
No, it's the same principle, but it's like he's able to just
harness his power more. Yeah.
He's got enough control to where he's able to just
hit harder,
get a feel for it.
Yeah.
Based on who he's fighting.
I hit lightly because that's how light I need to hit to crush a body.
Yeah.
But you said steel? Oh yeah, just
I can do that, no problem.
Yeah. Just give a little more.
What else you got? Come on, show me.
I just give a little more gas.
It's so fucking funny. And dude, the exchange that happens after, Kenpachi's got him on his knees now.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, let me tell you something right now. There is nothing that I can't cut. And the episode title in tandem with that is fucking perfect. I am the edge, dude.
Oh, it's so...
zooming in on his fucking sword. It's perfect.
It
is
so
cool.
And the edge of his sword is not linear or like clean. It's all like
chipped and
it's chipped and jagged and like it's rough and it's
something you wouldn't expect to be able to cut anything cleanly.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So after that, Kenpachi like jumps up and is about to go for another swipe, but Grimmy has encased him in a square full of water. It's
right.
Like, I imagine the area you jumped into was just already full of water. You're gonna drown now. And he opens up the ground like underneath him.
Yeah.
And we see Yachiro falling, so immediately Kenpachi looks down and is like, oh shit!
Yeah.
Just makes a beeline for her,
Mm-hmm.
after which he just slams the ground shut and he's like, that ought to be enough to crush you. I'd say about an hour at most.
Just comes blasting out of the earth.
With Yachiro under his arm.
And
fine.
Right. And he's like, oh, so I guess you can't split your imagination between two different things.
Yeah.
Because it looks like her bones are okay.
Yeah. Can't really do mental gymnastics quite so well for being a big thinker. Quit daydreaming, bro. Get to fighting.
Yep.
So he's back on the ground. Grimmy is baffled. He cannot fathom the fact that he's just able to shrug this shit off like it's nothing.
Dude, the part where I thought it was going to be different was whenever the guy was like, I think whenever he was actually before he did the whole water and the ground thing, he would talk about the fact like he just imagined her bones as cookies. And he says, what's a cookie?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I thought that he was going to somehow outthink his way out of this by just being ignorant and not understanding. Because it's anything I know that guy can imagine. But if somehow it was some way he was able to just like to unthink what he's doing or whatever.
Kenpachi is such a big fight man.
Oh yeah, he just has no idea.
Anything else is going to be more or less a foreign language to him.
So yeah.
So, God, that would have been so fucking funny.
Dude, I thought it was for a second. I thought it was where I was going, and I was like, bruh. But no, he just ends up being just effortlessly better than him.
Right. And not for lack of trying.
And getting in his own head.
Yeah, he's straight up. He's like, as he's on the ground, he's like tearing into Grimmy at first.
Yeah.
And Grimmy's having a fucking panic attack in his mind. Like, holy shit, he's striking too fast. I can't think fast enough to imagine myself being healed. I'm going to die. I'm going to fucking die.
And dude, there's a moment where there's a moment where Kenpachi backs up a little bit. He's like,
What's the matter?
Are you imagining your own death?
Did you imagine yourself losing?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, what a hard ass line, dude. I was like, oh, that's so good to get into his head of like, oh, did you imagine yourself losing? I was like, oh, bruh, that's so good for a character.
So good.
Oh, I love it. Then he instantly heals himself, and he's like, no, thanks for reminding me, because now all the thought of death has left my mind.
Right
and
now, I can't die. You're gonna regret that. And Zorak's like, no, the fuck I ain't.
He's got the biggest shit-eating grin. He's like
so fucking happy, dude. He's having the time of his life.
Man.
So, as it happens, after this little mental buff that Kenpachi was able to give him, he makes a copy of himself.
Yep.
Initially, he's like, what's that, a fucking doppelganger? He's like, nah, that's just a new being that is exactly as I am. I can just do that shit.
Yeah.
So,
oh man.
After this, he's like, all right, try a meteor on for size, big boy. And Kenpachi's immediately like, what's that?
Yeah.
He's like, I've never cut one of those before. And dude, as this thing is coming down, we pan up to his face, man, and he is smiling. Like,
so good.
The biggest, toothiest fucking grin
yeah.
you will ever see this dude make. Oh my god! It's like it's already fucking real, dude. There's nothing you can do about it now.
Yeah, even if you kill me, it's still
everybody's
gonna
die.
Yep. And everyone, it smash cuts to everyone down on the ground, going, "Holy shit, we're gonna die!" Oh man, nah.
And what does he say after this? Like once Gremmy's finished up his whole spiel,
I think he just jumps off and flies away, and and Grimmy makes a comment about like he's about like a fool or so foolish or something like that.
Right.
And of course that guy
he says drink Nozarashi.
Oh yeah,
because he's got his Bankai now. He knows the name of his blade. Oh, well, Shikai, I should say rather.
Right.
We haven't seen his Bankai yet.
Okay,
but man,
he cracks that baby open.
We see like as he is slicing through this thing, joyous as can be, full of mirth and whimsy.
Yeah,
he slowly like turns back into a kid. Like, made him feel like a child again.
Bro,
that's so much fun.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
And he just slices that fucker in half and explodes midair. And Gremmy's like, what? Like, what? It's like that one frame of fucking, oh God, what's his name? What's his fucking name?
Willem Dafoe?
Yes, Willem Dafoe looking up at the sky like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think that's from Lighthouse, I believe.
Or
no, maybe not.
It's from something else, but I can't remember what.
Anyways, yeah.
But dude, it could not have been more apt.
That's funny. Yeah, it is very much like that.
Right.
Yeah.
After this, Grimmy is like, I
don't know.
I'm gonna
he basically says how he has this
he
like
makes multiple copies of himself.
He starts to and like at this point like Kenpachi's sword is like this massive cleaver now.
Just gigantic.
Huge.
It's beautiful.
Comically huge.
Right. But fitting.
Yeah, but as he like goes down there and he ends up battling these like other copies of him.
Right. They materialize like around him midair.
Yeah.
And then they open up a portal like to the vacuum of space.
Yeah, dude.
And they try to seal him in there just so he like fucking dies a slow death.
Right.
Because of like decompression and all that shit.
Right.
And he just slices through.
Yeah.
Like right into one of the clones. He is like grabbing like space, like breaking out of that shit.
Yeah.
He's
like it's a void he's crawling out of.
Right, like the funniest fucking image I could think of. And he's like, you forgot to harden your body, didn't you? He's just like,
he's like, what?
He's like, I'm fucking done with this shit. He turns all of his copies into bombs.
Yep.
And they all just like strap themselves to him and explode point blank.
Yeah. He ate that.
Right. Yeah. So, of course, Gremmy's feeling it.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to get all high and mighty. But as we see the smoke start to clear, like, Kenpachi's already taken, like, a couple of explosions point blank right now. I don't know how the fuck he thought this was going to work for the fourth time. But he is, like, he's got his clothes tattered.
Yeah.
Shikai's still at the ready. And he's just, like, puffing smoke out of his mouth like a fucking cartoon character.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's so good.
Right.
And this is the part where I got a little confused because of the subtitles were moving a little bit fast for what he was saying. I didn't catch all of what Grimmy was saying. But he was saying that, like, as he's flying towards him.
He's like, I get it now. I just have to imagine myself stronger than you.
Yeah.
And as he's doing this, his body is, like, buff, like, beefing up, like he's roiding out.
Yeah.
And just as he's about to, like, get within grabbing range of him, his fingers break apart.
Yeah.
His body collapses, and he's just falling to the ground.
Right.
He's like, Kenpachi, upon realizing what he's done, is like, you turned me into a monster in your own imagination, bro.
Oh,
that's
shit.
what just fucking killed you, you fucking idiot.
Damn.
He lands, and Grim is like, just on the ground, like disheveled up against some rubble. He's like,
damn.
he's like, man, I was fucking right, dude. I didn't even use a finger against you, but I still fucking died. And we find out he's just a fucking brain in a jar.
Yeah.
His body was a product of his imagination.
Right. And it like withers away as well.
Yeah.
And then, but this, we don't get a conclusion for that.
Mhm.
Like, there's just like a green jar with a brain in it, and then just Kenpai just standing there like,
like,
oh,
what?
what?
That was weird. I'm gonna find my daughter now.
Yeah, we don't know what happens after that, but it just kind of goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And we get this cool moment where Ichigo has got his new duds on.
Oh yeah,
and he gets kicked out of heaven, basically, literally.
It's like, your training's complete, bro. Time for you to hit the hay.
Right. We can't teleport you back, so here's an infinite staircase from heaven down to earth. And it's like, what?
Yeah. One of them is like, you should be able to make it there from a week's time if you leave right now.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay. Well, I could just, if I,
Bless you. So stop that.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I could just jump this shit and be there within like half a day. I'm like, what? It's like, well, why would you do that? So, real quick before you go, just a little heads up. The Quincy's have invaded again.
3 hours ago.
Yeah, 3 hours ago. And he's like, he
Wait,
turns back and then immediately jumps
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
why didn't you tell me that sooner?
Yeah.
It's like, you were still training it. I couldn't interrupt you.
Right.
So, yeah, he's got his new getup.
Yep.
And he's fucking like straight up piss
Oh
missile.
yeah, yeah. He breaks the sound barrier at
Like
one
the
point.
loogie from God.
He goes. He's going fast, and then of course, real anime logic. He just decides to go faster, and then breaks the sound barrier.
fucking sound barrier.
All right, let's go. Just blast down faster. It's like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude.
Like, all right, sure.
Yeah, dude.
I believe it.
I could do it.
Ugh.
You just gotta want it
Right.
more.
You just gotta believe.
You just gotta believe, dude. Yeah. And then so as that happens, we get like this really cool phrase or this like quote from him that's like he calls it one of the other head up guys and is like
oh yeah, he gets in touch with Urahara.
okay, and he's like, I don't want
to sound cocky, but
Yeah.
just hold out until I get there, and then let me handle the rest. All right,
Yeah.
I got this.
it's like, all right.
It's like, of course.
Hope you can back it up.
Right.
But yeah.
So,
and I believe that's kind of that's the end of that
right,
for
that's
right
the extent
now.
of it for now.
So we got the second part of
It's
this.
a hell of a lot of progress.
Bruh, so many great fights, so many beautiful things.
Oh yeah.
I actually haven't looked at the time for. Oh yeah, okay, we've been going for a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh god.
That's okay.
Okay.
These episodes have been a little bit longer
Right.
on purpose because we're talking about so many episodes of a show that's really
Right.
good.
It's hard to give
and it's a
decent
beautiful
synopsis,
show.
But I mean, the main thing is we're just here to like talk about what we like about it.
Yeah.
So far.
I love it
It's
so far.
so good.
I'm so glad that there are some people that have been watching these or listening to these episodes and have been also enjoying
Yeah.
this.
Oh, man.
It makes me happy to know that we got some people that have also been digging
Yeah.
these episodes as well.
It's nice.
And eventually, whenever we get part 3 and part 4 of the Blu-rays, we'll check back in on this.
Yeah.
And we'll.
God, I hope it doesn't take too long.
Me either. It's probably going to take longer than we're expecting, but
Yeah.
hey, it'll come when it comes, and whenever it does, we'll be sure to cover it.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. So yeah.
Yep.
Thank you so much for listening. I was gonna try and talk about something else, but we've been going pretty long. I think this is a good
I
ending
think
point.
we've met our quota.
Oh yeah,
for the
definitely.
night.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? At a certain point in time, there's a lot of hype right now talking about the Nintendo Direct.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
they've been
announced
hyping up
a few things.
They've hyped up the Switch 2. It's now got a price tag and a whole bunch of other stuff, and people have been saying a bunch of things about it. Mario Kart World,
dude.
kind of looks
Open world Mario Kart.
kind of looks a bit weird, kind of
new
cool
Donkey Kong game.
though. Yeah.
dude.
So I was talking about
The fucking Switch exclusive from Soft game.
yeah. What is it called?
I can't remember.
Twilight? No.
One of my coworkers was telling me about it today, but I can't remember the name.
Even Blood? Twilight Blood or something like that? Or I don't know what
sure.
it is. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Uh, Night Blood. Hold on, look. Let's see.
Odd Bloods.
Hot Bloods. Switch from soft game. Yeah.
Switch Souls.
Switch Souls. Let's see. Dusk Bloods.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking Twilight, like the afternoon hours, but it's Dusk Bloods. I heard it's all supposed to be multiplayer too. So, and that's another fun thing. Again, we're not going to talk about it too much, but one Switch can host a multiplayer game, and a second Switch can join in,
dude,
like a local multiplayer, and they don't even have to own the game apparently.
Damn,
and I was like,
cool.
Hey, that's kind of cool.
That's pretty neat.
Now, again, do you have to have a subscription or something? Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
Anyways, there's some things I want to talk about that we'll get to on another episode, another time.
Yep.
We've been watching a lot of Bleach right now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in, for leaving a like, for subscribing to the YouTube channel at Hindsight Studios for those who want to do that. Or you can also look up The Aftermath on all the major podcasting platforms where you can find us as well. If you got any suggestions, let us know. We'll be down to watch some movies as well.
Take
pretty
messages
soon.
By way of brick through the window.
Yeah, if you also
with a note attached.
Please. Thank you.
Regular bricks are not welcome.
If you handwrite a note on exactly 4 sticky notes and stick them all together and then put them in an envelope and then just...
We're going to get one that's just one note for each letter. It's going to say, fuck.
I love it.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And then just hum it in the air real
some
fast.
Psychopath is going to write some awful shit, like heinous shit on you.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you
God.
just believe hard enough...
It'll make its way.
If you believe hard enough, you can get a message to us.
Right.
I believe in you. And until next week,
see you.
Bye-bye.